Brethren, I'm Apostle Joel Thomas. This is Faith, Hope, and Charity Christian Ministries Incorporated. We're going to be coming today from the subject, the nation of Israel's revolt. The nation of Israel's revolt. Part 1, we'll be reading from 1 Kings chapter 12, verses 1 through 19. And I need a reader, Prophetess Armstrong.
And Rehoboam went to Shechem, for all Israel will come to Shechem to make him king.
Okay, again, right here, Rehoboam went to Shechem. For all of Israel was come to Shechem to do what now?
To make him king.
To make him king. Read.
And it came to pass, when Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who were yet in Egypt, heard of it, for he was fled from the presence of King Solomon, and Jeroboam dwelt in Egypt, that they sent and called him. And Jeroboam and all the congregation of Israel came, and spake unto Rehoboam, saying, Thy father made our yoke grievous. Now therefore make thou the grievous service of thy father, and his heavy yoke which he put upon us lighter, and we will serve thee.
Okay. So there's a discrepancy going on with the way that Rehoboam's father had handled things during his reign, this being King Solomon. And they were concerned with how heavy the burden had been made for them through taxes and service paid back to Israel under the reign of King Solomon. And they was wondering what was going to be Rehoboam's plan, the son of Solomon. Read.
And he said unto them, verse 5, Depart yet for 3 days, then come again to me. And the people departed. And King Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon his father while he yet lived, and said, How do ye advise that I may answer this people? And they spake unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and will serve them, and answer them, and speak good words to them, then they will be thy servants forever.
Okay, let's stop right there. First of all, the Word of God says in the 6th verse that Rehoboam, he consulted. So he had a meeting with these gentlemen that had once reigned with his father. And his father reigned for some years in Israel. And these men had become old. They were now old men. So they were very knowledgeable and very experienced. Most High had given them good governing experience under the reign of his father, King Solomon. And they said that he consulted with the old men and that stood before Solomon, his father, while he yet lived. And he said, How do you advise that I may answer this people? Read verse 7 again. This was their response.
And they spake unto him,
saying,
If thou would be a servant unto this people this day.
If thou would be a servant unto this people, what?
This day.
This day.
And will serve them.
And will serve them.
And answer them. And speak good words to them.
And speak good words to them.
Then they will be thy servants forever.
Then they will be your servants forever. They'll eat out of your hand. You have a happy group of folks being on one accord with you. Read.
But he forsook the counsel of the old men.
He did what?
He forsook the counsel of the old men.
What did he do?
Which they had given him. And consulted with the young men that were grown up with him.
Okay, now what had they told him that he did not do? He told him in the 7th verse. He said the old men had told him, if you will be servants unto this people and will serve them and answer them and serve good words unto them, then they will serve you forever. But he didn't take that counsel. Isn't that right?
Man.
That's not the counsel he took. He decided to go with the new.
Yes.
Read verse number 8.
But he forsook the counsel of the old men.
He forsook the counsel of these wise gentlemen who had already served under his father, who was the wisest man in the world. Read.
Which they had given him. And consulted with the young men.
He consulted with who?
With the young men.
Some inexperienced folks. Some folks that had never governed before, but there was some of his posse, some of his crew, somebody in his age group, some folks he came up with. Read.
That were grown up with him.
They had grown up with him. Read.
And which stood before him.
Okay.
And he said unto them, What counsel give ye that we may answer this people, who have spoken to me, saying, Make the yoke which thy father did put upon us lighter.
Okay.
And the young men that were grown up with him spake unto him, saying,
What they say?
Thus shalt thou speak unto this people that spake unto thee, saying, Thy father made our yoke heavy, but make thou it lighter unto us. Thus shalt thou say unto them, My little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins.
So this was the absolute opposite to what the old men had given Rehoboam counsel to do. Yes. Amen. How even in our own time, instead of going to many times those who are experienced in the areas of the things of the Most High, sometimes people want to consult with their own crew. People that haven't even been through, people that don't even have the marks of the Messiah in their bodies yet. Yes. People that may be well noted in academia and all like that, but at the same time they don't really have the really godly know-how concerning the things of spiritual warfare. So we find a bad decision being made by the king. Huh? It's a dangerous thing when a king makes a bad decision because it affects the whole nation. Yes. So in other words, what we're saying, that was very wise counsel that he got from the old men that once were employed or were consulted by his father, and that would have been great consultants for him. But he rejected their counsel, and he chose the young men, the ones that had come up with him, the ones that had stood before him, inexperienced guys, but his own little clique. So he overlooked all that experience that these old men had, and he went with the new. Yes. And this was what they said. And they said that their finger shall be thicker than my father's loin. Goodness gracious, the latter part. My father made our yoke heavy, but make thou it lighter unto us. The people already showing what their complaint was against Solomon. And thus shall thou say unto them, My little finger shall be thicker than my father's loin. What an insult. Huh? This was not showing the counsel that they said up here. And let's go back up to that counsel that the old man gave again. Read verse 7 again.
And they spake unto him,
saying what?
If thou would be a servant unto
this thou will be a what?
A servant.
If the king had become chosen the right counsel and became a servant to them, then what?
And will serve them.
All this is together. When you see the word "and," that means there's something going on. You need to do this along with whatever you need to do before. So the first thing they were asked to do, if you shall be a servant unto the people this day, and serve them, and what?
And answer them.
And also answer them. When they have complaints, answer these folks.
And speak good words to them.
And speak good words. Let these folks know you for and not against them, that we family.
Yes.
We are a nation. We are all Israel. Read.
Then they will be thy servants forever.
Then they will be they're already family. They're already blood. Huh?
Yes.
All things common. One people. That's the way of the Hebrew people. That's the way God gave us to be. But he forsook this counsel. Go back down to the verse that we dropped off on. Is it verse 11?
Verse 11.
Read.
And now whereas my father did lay you with a heavy yoke.
He admitted. Yeah, my father Solomon, he did that. He made it rough on you. Read.
I will add to your yoke.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add one thing more. I'm going to make it heavier. It's going to be greater in weight than it was before. The intensity is going to be that much greater. Read.
My father has chastised you with whips. But I will chastise you with scorpions.
My Lord, have mercy. Now, he ain't being nice. One of the part of the counsel was to be nice to these folks. If you'll be a servant to these people. It sounds like they're going to become a servant to him. It seemed like it was exact 180 degrees out of phase. Read.
So Jeroboam and all the people came to Rehoboam the third day, as the king had appointed, saying, Come to me again the third day. And the king answered the people roughly, and forsook the old men's counsel that they gave him, and spake to them after the counsel of the young men, saying, My father made your yoke heavy, and I will add to your yoke. My father also chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions.
Goodness gracious.
Wherefore the king hearkened not unto the people.
Come on now, he did not hearken to those people at all.
For the cause was
he was
from
not
the
kind
Lord.
toward them at all.
Thank you, Lord.
But where did it come from?
For the cause was from the Lord.
The cause was from where?
From the Lord.
It's not good to get God against you.
Thank you, Lord.
It's not good to get God against you. Solomon had already started a mess with the wild things that he did with all these strange women. That God had already warned him that they will steal your heart and cause you to wander away from your God. Somebody say amen.
Amen.
Just like when we love this world too much, it makes you wander away from your Hebrew heritage. Because we're not of this world. We're in the world, but we're not of this.
Yes, sir.
This is not the Hebrew system. This is not the system given to us from the Most High. This is not the way we do it at all. And when we become a party to that, we are blaspheming our God. And we're doing an abominable act right before his face, and we're not taking what he said to heart any longer. Somebody say amen.
Amen.
This is a serious matter. Even with what Rehoboam did, this was a serious matter. Read.
For the cause was from the Lord, that he might perform his saying.
That he might see God's word is not going to come back to him void. God had declared that he was going to tear the kingdom. He was going to divide it. Amen?
Amen.
That was a judgment because of error. See how important obedience is? It can cause things to happen. Disobedience can cause things to happen. And this was the judgment laid upon Israel, that he was going to cause a division. So he calls, in all honesty, God is so powerful, he calls Rehoboam to do exactly what he wanted him to do in order for his word to be completed.
Yes, sir.
So Rehoboam couldn't have saw it no other way than the way he saw it, saints. That's why it's so important that we be effectual in our prayer to God. We all be asking the Lord every day, Lord, create within me a clean heart and renew a right spirit in me. Or else it's very easy for you to fall prey to Satan and begin to do things that are done in the dark. Somebody say amen.
Amen.
And then when you fall into the wrath of the Most High God and you fall into his judgments. Read.
For the cause was from the Lord, that he might perform his saying.
What verse?
Verse 15.
Okay.
Wherefore the king hearkened not unto the people.
He didn't do that.
For the cause was from the Lord.
Oh, it was from the Lord, though.
That he might perform his saying.
Which
the Lord spake by Ahiah the Shilonite.
Unto who?
Unto Jeroboam.
Now we see somebody else coming up. Some word was spoken from, what's his name again?
Ahiah. Spake by Ahiah the Shilonite unto Jeroboam the son of Nebat.
Ahijah. I think it's Ahijah. It's not Ahiah. It's Ahijah, I think. Go ahead.
Which the Lord spake by Ahijah the Shilonite unto Jeroboam the son of Nebat.
Okay. What did he say to him?
So when all Israel saw that the king hearkened not unto them, the people answered the king, saying, What portion have we in David?
Talking about Judah. What portion do we have in David? Oh, like we going into family business now. So what portion do we have in David? David was the great king of Israel, but he was of the tribe of Judah. Read.
Neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse.
Wow. Neither we inherit the sons of Jesse. Sons of Jesse was Israel. Okay, read.
To your tents, O Israel. Now see to thine own house.
Okay.
David. So Israel departed unto their tents.
So everybody returned to their own tribes or something? Go ahead.
But as far the children of Israel which dwelt in the cities of Judah, Rehoboam reigned over them.
So Judah remained with Judah. So Rehoboam still reigned as king over Judah, his tribe, the tribe that he came out of, the tribe that he's in, as he's a part of. Read.
Verse 18, then King Rehoboam sent Adoram, who was over the tribute, and all Israel stoned him with stones.
What? Wait a minute now. The king sent this person who was over the tribute, and the folks stoned him?
And all
that sound like rebellion. That seems like somebody revoked. Seems like some rebellion going on here. Read.
And all Israel stoned him with stones.
All of Israel. They killed him. Read.
Therefore King Rehoboam made speed to get him up to his chariot to flee to Jerusalem. So Israel rebelled against the house of David unto this day.
My Lord, even to this very day, it says, so Israel rebelled against the house of David unto this day. All because the king did not take the wise advice of what was given to him. This caused the rise of Jeroboam. Amen. This calls for his rise to become the king of Israel. We hope on our first segment of this, we would love for you to take a look at the last part of this particular historical event that happened to the nation of Israel, and how important it is for Israel to come together and be one, lest we fall into the peril of being just as much as divided as we were in the days of old. It's time to wake up, Israel, and it's time to return to the Most High. Shalom.